you said, even like, all right, so like we talk about transitioning from not just taking care of our kids, but also at some point transition to taking care of our parents.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the main things that I think that as men, it has to be highlighted. Like, especially if you grow up with a single mom, bro, at some point you have to take over the reins and understand that your mom took care of you so you can take care of her. See, because women don't raise men, they take care of us. And I think that that's where you get like, oh, I was raised by my mom. No, you wasn't. You was raised by your environment. Your mom might have put you in that environment, you know, because the environment could have been you've been raised around a lot of women. So now you argumentative, you know, you have no emotional maturity, you don't know how to you don't have no emotional intelligence or no ability to be able to control your emotions. As a man, you're very reactive because your environment raised you, right? But your mom took care of you your entire life. Whereas though, you know, men, we get raised by other men because they lead by example. They teach us principles. They teach us this. Not to say our moms don't teach us stuff, but teaching somebody don't mean, when I say our mom take care of us, they weather the load. So that at some point, we can weather the load. So it's like, now, you could be a benefit to your mom if you stop being a burden to her. But then if you times it by 2 and you go from being a burden to being a benefit by now taking care of her, which is to that the book that you referenced, and being able, that's what the ultimate goal is as a man. It's like at some point you want to take over the reins, but you know what? My mom held it down for me. She took care of me my entire life. Now I want to take care of her because women want a soft life. And your mom is still a woman. And I think that people lose sight of that and they get caught up in, well, this is my mom. She's somebody I could call on for stuff. Not realizing like, no, like if your mom was 5'3" and you were a baby, she was clearly bigger than you. But now you 6'2", your brain should also metaphorically be able to correlate. I'm like bigger than my mom now, right? So it's like, I can literally protect her. I work, I have money. I can literally do these things for my, and ultimately they women, so they still want to be pampered. They still want to be taken care of. They still want those things. And it's not to say, oh, your mom you got to be your mom's man, because I think people try to, oh, I'm like, no, my mom. No, it's just about understanding that daughters, mothers, wives, they all want the same stuff. Like literally. So, you know, being able to take care of your mom has to be a goal. Another thing I was going to say in regard to, that fleeting of, you know, the whole preacher, take pride in the, like, dog, it's like I said a couple episodes ago, women gotta love motherhood, but like, yes, fatherhood is annoying. Yes, it's like, yes, we don't always feel like we get the love and appreciation, you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, bro, fall in love with it, because this is a product of your teaching. This is a product of your labor. This is a product of your wisdom. This is a product of your nuts. Product of you. Like seriously, like everything about this is a product of you. So how your kids become, take pride in that, because if you built a business, you'll be like, I did that. That was my baby, and I look at what it became. It's so successful. So your kids are the same investment. It's like
Ultimate investment.
It's an ultimate investment, because their success is a product of what you did or didn't do. You don't want to be the person that motivated your kid because you wasn't there. You want to be the person that encouraged them through their season and allowed them to grow. But what you finna say?
Yeah, we spoke of this a long time ago, a few episodes, and I grew up with that like type of, I don't want to say pressure because of a negative connotation, but no, but the understanding that like I want to take care of my mom, and even as a child, no, I'm looking to be a certain way and be a certain way, so I go like, no, mom, you good, you know. And I feel like, you know, niggas in the hood, we all grow with that type of thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
yeah, like, you know, we all grow. Nah, I bought my mom a house and she good, shit like that, whatever. But then, you know, once life develops how it does, all right, cool, like, you know, riches aren't at the doorstep at the currently stage, or even years ago, it wasn't even in the vision for or whatever. I had to figure some shit out, whatever. Then it's like, all right, cool. Like, what do I need to do to still feel fulfilled as a man, as a growing 100%. Person, as a son? Am I a failure? Did I not fulfill my end of the deal? My mom poured a lot into me, whatever. So I'm not a certain thing. And mind you, I never even thought about it from her lens, like, do she feel disappointed? Never, but truly just in myself internally, like, am I not getting the most out of my life of potential, whatever? So I still deal with that now, whereas like, what is the future gonna, you know, behold and become?
Have you been an actor?
Never.
That'd be a good thing to do.
I mean, yeah, we'll make assumptions, but so I think that'll be, no matter what. We always have dope and deep conversation, whatever. I foresee it being like, I still love you, my son, no matter what, whatever. But yes, I want to retire. So it's
like, mom, what could I do that would make you happy? And it's like, it might not even be as much as you think. Like my mom her birthday just recently passed. And what she want literally don't even cost nothing. It's just like more symbolic than anything. But I only arrive at that by asking. Like, well, Mom, what do you really feel like you want for your birthday that you never get or that you never got? And you might think it's a house or this, but in reality, the going back to them taking care of us, right? As much as we should take over the reins, they almost never expect us to, because they maintain that dynamic of this is my cub. So they never really expect to get that house. Right, it becomes a reality when the stars start to align. Oh, this might really get me out. But in theory, they really just wanted it to be less of a strain on them, because they look at it like if they had to carry you for 9 months, then carry you for 18 years, they at least just had to at some point put you down. They're not expecting you to then turn around and carry them. But because of the type of men we are, coming from the environments we come from, that savior hero complex, at the same time, my mom sacrificed it all, so I want to give her the world, which is a good mindset to have. We then create that expectation of what we feel like we should do that'll make them happy, but lose sight of the conversation that's needed to even figure out if they even held true to the fact that when we was 3, we said, and this is a true story, I'm gonna get you a house when I get older. Like, literally, my mom still tell that story to this day. When you was 3, you promised me a house. So,
still to this,
but it's a joke. But ultimately, like,
same story on mine.
Getting to the root of it is always just like I said, having that, yo, Mom, what as a son, what can I do that'll make you happy? Because they want to feel protected, want to feel supported, and it'll also make her then see you as a man. Some women do it whether you want them to or not. Some women with sons, they turn 16, they start working, bills.
Absolutely.
I've been training you for this. Like, it's your time to have some responsibilities. I'm not necessarily mad at it, because I get it, because they're women, and soft life is like, I want to get as much of this burden off my back as possible, and you in here. But at the same time, the other ones never dissociate the fact that, yo, your son 36 now, and you still don't look at him like a man. You still think he's your baby boy. And it's like, the only way that happens is when you say shit like, how you feel, Mom? What can I do?
To tie it back to something you said earlier about these are like real life experiences and shit that we go through. And again, that's the dope thing about our platform and our conversation. I feel like many things that we've discussed have been real time developments, 100%. You know, whether it's been, your transitions and moving, my dad's saga, me getting married soon. All these things have been real time as people have watched and listened and shit like that, or whatever, So even though I already kind of see how the conversation will go, I'm going to ask that question to my mom, and I'm going to come back and talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it.
But to the ultimate point though, when because like even when I was about the soft life, so literally my mom used to tell me all the time, like, yo, long as you live in my house, whatever, this is my house, you're never gonna worry about paying no bills, this is my responsibility. And then her and my stepdad broke up. But then it was like,
you're the man of the house now. You've been promoted.
Right. It was like, yeah, this is my house, but when the man was here. So now it's, it's your house. But like, so I dealt, but even my whole life, my mom, talk about the 3-year-old story. My mom, I used to like, I always liked basketball more than football, but I was, you don't want to believe this, but I was better at football than I was at basketball.
I never smothered you on football.
Yeah, fair. So I was naturally.
You caught a couple passes.
It was like 7. I was naturally better at football. So when I stopped playing football, she was just. And my mom loves football. She's a football watcher. She was devastated. Like, yeah, for sure. And even to this,
shout out to you, Lena.
To this day, she would still say like, whenever she sees somebody get drafted, that was supposed to be you on stage with me, like Lamar Jackson, Mom, and this and that, all that type of shit. Like that's what she be doing, whatever.
That investment was a real investment
for sure. Like, so but again, she
was a momager
for sure. As with most things, she balances it well, but like the pressure or the expectation rather was there. Like, no, like by a certain point, by this way. But at the end of the day, she always still had it with love at the same time. It was like, nigga, if you don't do it, you're a failure. I hate you. Get the fuck out the house. Precious type shit. But so I'm still going to ask her just out of curiosity because, we talk about a lot of things.
It'd be funny if she say, go to the NFL.
What you should have did, nigga.
I wanted you to do.
Right.
You threw that dream out the window.
And then also I feel it's a delicate balance when you got a relationship, though. And, you trying, like you said, daughters, wives, and moms, but at the same time, trying to juggle all of that and being, all right, but I also got to make sure my wife is still the wife, though. So it's like, yeah. So yeah, I like to pay my mom bills at a certain point, but also I gotta pay this fucking girl and my daughter's bills.
But that's why I don't gotta be bills. That's why I said, what can I do that'll make you? Now, if she say pay my bills, now we having that conversation. But it could be something simple. But to your point, that whole order of importance thing, and it's like we all know your partner comes first, right? People like, no, the kids should come first. Not. Your partner come first. Then it's the kids because it's your household. Your mom doesn't come last, but it's just it's a reposition priority.
Right.
So it's like I have to handle these sad things first, and then of course I'm going to take care of my mom.
Mhm.
But now if it comes down to like a dire need situation, of course I'm gonna handle my mom's dire need over the day to day of my woman or my
Right.
daughters. But we just hope that it's never dire for all our men.
Right.